What is going on, traders? Welcome back to a brand new video. And in this video, I want to give you guys a technical analysis masterclass. I want to break down the charts for you guys, exactly how you mark up your charts, how you can place certain lines at certain areas in order to catch certain moves. It's going to make more sense once I show you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into the video without further ado. So what I like to do is I like to start on the monthly time frame, just because I like to see the overall picture of the market. I like to see exactly where the market is. You know, the lower the time frame, the less you can see. That's generally how I look at it. The higher the time frame, the more you can see. As you can see, I can see everything dating back from 1994, just off the monthly time frame right over here. Not to say that I care about what happened in 1994. I just can see everything. So I like to use the horizontal rate a lot when it comes to horizontal line a lot when it comes to plotting out my key areas of support and resistance. Now you can see that right off the bat up here that we have something going on right over here. You can see that there are wicks to the upside and wicks to the downside. That just shows that price, this is a key level for price. Price can either stay below it, or if price breaks above it, price will hold above that zone. So let's just do some kind of line right over here. 193, 1.9500. 1.9500 is what I like to do. So also when it comes to, let me go monthly level. When it comes to plotting out your lines, you want to use even numbers. So if you look to the right all the way over here, you can see that there are some numbers over here, 1.9 something something. I can't see that well. But what you want to do is plot out even numbers, multiples of hundreds, multiples of 10, so on and so forth. And that's because usually the banks it's just human psychology. It doesn't even have to do with the banks. Human psychology is they like to see even numbers. Or they like to see things in perfection. They like to see symmetry. Seeing 1.94868, it doesn't really do much to me. What I like to see is I like to see whole numbers. Now, if I put 1.9500, you can see that's more pleasing to not only my eyes, my ears, but you can see it's just a lot cleaner just seeing all these zeros. All right. And you can see that the lines bounce off of it very nicely to the T. All right. So you want to use clean round numbers whenever you're marking up your charts. So we've got 1.9500, and let's just say price gets up to 1.9500, or even price gets up to 1.93500, somewhere over here. This is still considered 1.9500. All right. You can still consider it 1.9500 if it's close enough to that number. If we scale down, we can see that there's something going on right over here. You can see that price is rejecting to the upside and price is rejecting to the downside. So we're going to place something right there. And again, if you look over here, you want to have nice whole round even numbers. So you can put 1.8700. I like that number. 1.8700. You can see very nicely. Very nicely, price is sitting on top and below that line. As we continue, we can see there's something going on right over here as well. So we're just going to take this 1.71500. I like that. 1.71500. You can see, look how clean this is. Look how clean price is rejecting off these lines, off of this line. Boom. Even this one, even though it didn't get to it, we can consider that to tap into 1.71500. Let's continue to play this out. Seems to be a nice level right over here as well. 1.62500. I like that. So if you want to change this, all you have to do is double click it and then change the number to an even number, to a round number. We're going 62,500. If we continue down, we can see there's another nice level around, you can see right over somewhere down over here. 51,500. That seems to be a nice area. 51,500. All right. And let's just do a couple more lines. I don't want this to be too boring. You can see there's another area right over here that price is rejecting off of 1.40. Like this right here, 1.40. You can put 500 or 600. I like 500. 1.40, 500. Price is playing off of. And if we do one more line, that one can go right over here because this is pretty clean. 1.27. Let's say 1.27, 800. 1.27, 800. That's nice right there. So you can see how beautiful price is playing off of these lines. If we zoom in and I show you, you can see boom, boom. Look how price is rejecting off of all of these lines that we have. Boom, 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 boom. Everywhere we go, price is rejecting off it nicely. Boom, look at this. Doji on it. Boom, boom, boom. Price is playing off of these lines very nicely. All right. So that is the general idea of technical analysis. Now, as we dig a little deeper, we can zoom into lower time frames. Again, as I told you, I like to start off on higher time frames and then work my way, scale my way down to lower time frames. So on the weekly level, we might have something else because, again, even though we have this push up on the monthly, on the weekly, look at this. Boom, we got this break to the downside. So on the weekly time frame, we can do something like this. We're going to do weekly. Give me one sec. All right, I'm back. On the weekly time frame, we have this right here. This is 1.26. You can put 300. 26,300. Very clean right there. And at this level, at this monthly and weekly level, you can see price created this high. Then what happened? Price broke this high. Boom. Now it's retesting to potentially continue to the downside. All right, so I like to scale up and down on my time frames. You can see there's another clean level right over here. 1.21, 600. All right. And you can see how nicely price is playing. Like even without going all the way to the left, just plotting out the nice lines, plotting out the even numbers, finding recent areas where price rejected off of it, it'll automatically show you in the past where price rejected off of this area, off of that same line. All right, there we go. And if you scale down to the daily, you can see the same exact thing is happening. Same exact thing. Just on a lower scale. You can see, look at this break. Boom. Look at this retest. This would have been a nice zone for you to catch buys off of. Beautiful. Break and retest. Same case over here. Price broke above. Price retested nicely. Continue to the upside, so on and so forth. So technical analysis is basically using the candlesticks to anticipate where price is going to go to. That's the simplest, most naked form of technical analysis. All right. So as we continue through this video, you can see we're currently right over here. This is December of 2023. You can see how price created this big push to the downside. And what happened? We had a big push to the downside. We had a big push to the upside, a big push to the downside. And what happened a couple months later? You can see price retested that same area that was broken. All right. And now it's holding it as resistance. Retested again, retested again. And you could also measure these moves and see how far price can go. So let's say you measure this move. This move is about 300 pips. Boom. Look how beautiful that is. Boom. So this push to the downside was 300 pips. You can anticipate potentially another move. Now, what you can notice is that price broke this low, right? So this push to the downside was about 300 pips. Price broke the low, so you can expect another potential 300 pip move from there. Now, it all depends from this point where your entry point is. It all depends on where your entry point is, because yeah, you might be able to catch 100 pips, but in order to catch the full move, in order to catch, most of the move, you have to get a nice entry, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I just want to show you guys how you can use technical analysis to your advantage and use these different techniques to be able to capitalize more on price movements. So we broke this low, boom, and then another 300 pip move. In this case, we didn't. In this case, we did not get another 300 pip move yet, because price hasn't broken this low completely. Or we did break it right here. So we can expect potentially for price to give us another 300 pip move if it doesn't break to the upside. All right. So if you were to take this, the same zone, do this from here. So that means price could potentially drop all the way down here. 250 to 300 pip move. All right. Now, I don't want to get too deep into this video. I don't want this video to be too long. But as you scale down to lower and lower time frames, you have to be careful of where you are in the market. Because on a higher time frame, on a lower time frame, you might be at a level of support, but on a higher time frame, you might be at a level of resistance. In this case, for example, you can see we're approaching a monthly level, or in this case, we're approaching a weekly level of resistance. But on a lower time frame, we're still bullish. So you really have to be careful when you're doing technical analysis, not to get caught in the mix. Always have your lines drawn out. Always make sure you are aware of where you are in the market. What I always like to do before I even get on charts is zoom out to see where I'm in the markets. If I have to go to a higher time frame, I'll go to a higher time frame before I drop down to the lower time frames. So you can see in this case, we were at a weekly level. And even though the lower 4-hour time frame was bullish, you can see the weekly started to go bearish. So always make sure you are aware of where you are in the market. And those are some tips I have for you for this video. Those are basics of technical analysis. I don't want to get too deep into this video, as I said, but more to come. Definitely more to come. I'm just trying to give you guys some basics and an introduction into technical analysis and how you can start marking up your charts and see the different moves, calculate the different the potential rewards on certain moves in the markets. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.